because he's been posting this morning.
Right. Good morning and welcome to Blabbing from Britain on Thursday with myself and John. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Stephen, and the rest of the world.
Yes, indeed. We're going out to the rest of the world and for as long as we can. Yeah, so this feels strange because we've normally got the four of us here by now. Right, okay. Our broadcast last week, our special one on Friday, broke all records for Blabbing for Britain. We had 127 people watch, 54 were live, 46 have been replaying it because we've been stuck in the Blab replays for ages. And then on YouTube, we've got 96 views, and on Facebook, 50. So it went well.
Oh, because I wasn't there. That's the secret.
No, the secret was that we had a topic, a topic which was of interest to people. I mean, we didn't, because we were not contentious and didn't go out to actually upset people, and the tone was sort of conciliatory for everybody. We didn't sort of go viral, but we did get our point across, and it was a good session. I just hope that our politicians can actually sort things out. What are your thoughts? Because you were, as you say, you weren't on the show. What's your reaction to Brexit?
I'm not convinced it will happen.
What's going to stop it?
I think we'll have a general election. Someone will put staying in the EU in their not the mandate. What do they call it?
Manifesto.
Manifesto. That's the word I'm looking for. And get the vote they need to not exit the EU.
Morning, Kevin. Morning, Stephen. Yeah, there are lots of things that could come and stop Article 50 from being enacted, because as soon as we press the button, it's all go. And you know, the Lib Dems are winning at the moment. They've got 10,000 new members in the last 6 days because they've said that they won't do it. So it's good for the Lib Dems, and they're taking advantage of it, and they're using the hashtag on Twitter of "We Are the 48," which I think is quite a good hashtag to have.
All right.
Yeah. So if you check out a hashtag of "We Are the 48," you'll see it's from the Liberal Democrats, whose membership is rocketing. The other two
of course, I've always been a Liberal Democrat voter. Well, for quite a time now.
Right.
They do so much in our local area.
Yeah.
And even though the Conservatives got in where I live last time around, I did vote vote Liberal Democrat in the last general election.
Yeah. And of course, they could resurge on the basis that they are the reasonable party at the moment.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of clowning about at top level on the Labour front, haven't you?
Well, no, the Labour party is in ructions because 3/4 of the MPs want him to go, and the popular people who got him elected want him to stay. So you've now got the Parliamentary Labour Party versus the party members, and that's going to be quite a battle. I mean, Cameron crossed the line the other day in Parliament when he told him to get Mr. Corbyn to go.
Well, that's not really any of his business, is it? So,
yeah, and so going to Conservative Party. Steve's not joining us on camera, but he's very busy in the sidelines. Conservative Party, we have Gove who's standing, who's certainly with Boris.
For him? I just couldn't. I'd rather vote for Boris than him, and I think Boris is a clown.
Well, they're all clowns of some persuasion, but they're also canny, because as soon as Boris went over to the Leave side, the British population said, well, he's doing that because he wants to become Prime Minister, and if he's on the winning side, then he's got a fair chance. But at that point, none of us thought he would be on the winning side, did we?
No, including Boris, I think.
Yeah, and you can also now, if you're going for your Conservative Party candidates, you can go for Theresa May, who's just declared. Now, she was Remain, so that would be an interesting situation if she led the party, because heart wouldn't be in it, would it? But does that matter for a politician? I ask myself.
I don't think so. I also think she's evil, but apart from that, she's more likely to get my vote than the other idiots.
Yeah, of course, we've really got no say in it. We've got to sit and watch this go on for the next 2 months. But in the meantime, as you say, nobody's pressing the button and saying we're going to leave the EU. And we're finding that what people were saying would happen before the vote, if we exited, is taking place. Although the share market is stabilizing, currency exchange rates are going to fluctuate some more on fields.
It's back up a bit more today. It's slowly eking its way back, the dollar.
Yeah, indeed. So there you have it. And Peter's listening to Theresa May declare her interest in becoming leader of the Conservative Party and hence Prime Minister. And it will be Prime Minister without anybody saying anything in the country. We've no say at all. We're virtually powerless in both. Well, certainly in the Conservative election, because of the way things are set up.
Isn't that normal, though? We never get to vote for the Prime Minister.
Well, normally
it's always a party decision, isn't it?
Yes, but we vote for the Prime Minister and the party at the general election. Do you think there's going to be another general election this year?
I really feel in my water we're going to get, at the end of August, a declaration of an election.
Right.
As yet another way of stalling Brexit.
Yeah, and if the Conservatives didn't win, the party that come in would be quite legitimately saying, we would never have had a referendum, therefore we don't believe in it, therefore we're not doing anything. I think it's quite interesting. When we were talking on last Friday when we did the show, which was a good show, best show with figures wise we had, we were speaking to a gentleman from Italy, Nazim, and he was saying that and Peter was saying as well that there are other countries which are
I've watched the replay, so I saw our friends' comments.
Yeah.
I think other people could be pretty quick to do it, including France. If the UK ever has the balls to do it, I think France could very quickly follow.
I mean, we're carrying on a day-to-day basis, but there has been a rise in xenophobia. Reported xenophobia. And anybody who's here, working here on an EU passport from the European Union, obviously, can only be guaranteed 2 years here. And who knows what's going to happen after that. Once you press the button, they've got 2 years here. And although we can say, or we want people to stay, may not work out that way. And Steve was right, there's been a rise in reported racist attacks. I'm using the word reported here. But certainly on Facebook, things have got rather nasty in the last week or so. And I know of people, secondhand, of people who have been attacked for shouldn't be here. And that's not just for colour of skin. Or
yes, well, we're getting a fair bit of that in the Birmingham area, and some of these people who are getting shouted at are third generation UK people. You know, their parents and their grandparents were born here, and yet they're still getting told to go home. So
yeah, it's a situation. People don't want to own up to having what we would call a foreign second name. So the lady went somewhere, and her mother said, "Don't tell them your name," because she was afraid of a reaction against. I think it was a German or a French or Italian name, just to do it all. So the situation is that there's nobody in authority at the moment to actually take control of things and stamp down things. I know the police will do their thing, but there needs to be something said from the top. It'd be good to know where the top is there, because we can't do that unless we have somebody speaking. Mr. Cameron's just enjoying 2 months of fun, though he's a good person.
Without effort.
Right.
In case you can't notice it, the sun's come out.
Indeed, the sun has come out. Now, changing topic totally. That's one way to change the topic.
Hello.
Right, changing the topic totally. And Kevin might have some views on this, and certainly others of you. Is that there are plans to make this is talking about motorways in the UK. There are plans to make the hard shoulder into the 4th lane.
Not unusual, you know.
Right, okay. Well, whilst John's on the phone, I'll answer Kelvin's question. Right. In Blab news.
Okay. It's not.
Okay, we'll come back to that in Blab news.
Down there, turn right. The Chemists is about 100 yards down there.
This is going to be on the recording. We'll all be able to find the Chemists.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody else comes in, I'll boot them. Or it's going to be.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was quick.
It's all right. Mum's got rapid response nurses coming in and giving her breakfast, but they've just been in and said that there's nobody at home, but she's left a note saying she's gone to the doctors.
Right, okay. Right, that was a live TV moment. Right, just to, I haven't done Blab news. I should do Blab news. I said the other week that social media marketing, social media examiner had moved to Huzza. And they did a test show on Huzza this week, and they attracted an audience without even pushing it of 100. And we're very happy with the technology. It was like kids with a new toy. There were 4 of them, Michael Stelzner and Eric, and they were having a ball for an hour, testing out Huzza and having fun, 6 up, and they're going to be there tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Social media examiner, and then that was followed by the announcement for the 7th of July of Joel Comm's farewell Blab party. So he's having a farewell Blab party next week, and it's for him to say farewell and thank you to everybody he's met on Blab. So those who were reading the rooms, and I was trying to read them too, were saying, well, all right, okay. Joel Comm is a best-selling author, New York Times columnist, and writer of books on all sorts of things. And he had a regular show here. And he's moving to Huzza 2. So at the moment, it's Huzza 3, Blab 0. And that's the way it's going to go.
Huzzing for Britain in my brain.
Huzzing for Britain.
Or Huzzaring for Britain.
Huzzaring for Britain. Huzzaring for Britain. We have to. Right. Okay. I'm just going to.
Let's have to change the show name to Huzzaring for Happiness.
All right. Okay. Accept. Right. Morning and welcome, Peter.
Morning and welcome, Peter. Where is your toothbrush? Has it melted?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Morning, my friend. Yeah. Strange morning. You know, on the day of the vote, I was sitting with 2 Polish people from a speaking club. Went out for a meal. They've moved to London, and they have done very, very, very hard working people at their university. They're studying. Then when they stop the university, they studied Russian, and all they do is study. And so I was just asking their view, and it quite surprised me. They said a lot of Polish were glad that we voted out the country. Yeah, because they're having a lot of people leave the country, you see.
Ah, right, okay.
So
they want to stop emigration.
Yeah, just the same as happened in East Berlin when everybody went away. And that was one of the reasons they put the wall up. And then, but I had a distressing one today. I've made a decision to learn German. And I was listening to LBC on Facebook, and actually broke my heart. A woman, a German woman who married a man, a British doctor actually, in 1973, on breaking her heart because people were telling her basically to F off back home, you foreigner. And And that really, really got to me, you know. And then the German woman that was going to teach me German in Aberdeen, you know, she's worried as well and didn't really want to see that happening. You know, that's not what it's all about. You know.
Totally. I mean, the interview that took place on LBC was heartbreaking, because you've got somebody, as you say, who's been in this country for years. Their children were born in this country, and we're an adopted homeland. And basically, it was this wasn't the strange thing about this, though, that it wasn't what we'd expect it to be. This was not stereotyping, but I am. This was actually in a middle class area.
Yes.
Of town, and the lady was somebody smeared poo on a letterbox and said go home, and you know, they may have sort of gone into the area from outside the area, but it is something we don't want. And I said we need leadership from somewhere. And we're not getting it. We're just getting the reporting of all these incidents, and people are genuinely afeared. I mean, I know from personal point of view that there is a genuine fear amongst foreigners. I'm going to say foreigners living in this country as to what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the only way that anything can be done is if direction comes down from the top. I mean, there are petitions left, right. I mean, we're in petition world at the moment, aren't we? There are that many petitions going on that change.org and all the rest have never been as busy. And none of these petitions are actually going to change things, unfortunately. Well, I'm going to say that. I would love to eat my words.
As you know, I voted leave, and I voted leave from my own circumstance, but you know what I think. But I do not want to see basically the discrimination and attacking people because of who they are. I can really tell you that, and I just don't believe in that whatsoever. Everybody, I mean, the thing is, we know why it came in, because of the immigration. We don't want an influx of people coming from countries out with Europe, getting passports and then coming through, and I think that's the main problem, you know. But people that have came here and worked here quite hard. I've been in touch with the Polish guy who's moved to London, very educated. And I said, have you had any problems? And I just jokingly says, speaking an Aberdeen accent, you'll be okay. But he said, no problems. But he says, if I got the chance to vote, Peter, I would have been voting out. Wow. So it's really is a mixed bag, you know. And I just watched Theresa May's speech. I don't know if you were listening to it, but it was probably the best speech I've heard for a long time. A very sensible speech. Did you get to listen to it while you were on?
No, we were concentrating on being on. Can you give us a précis of what she was saying?
Yes, basically she answered the questions. She was quite funny. She handled the journalists well. But I didn't know that our lineage, our granddad, I think, was a vicar, and her father was a regimental sergeant major.
Right.
And although she's a leave, no, she's not a leave. She's going to make sure that if she gets in, everything will be done properly. And what she did say, there will be no second referendum. The people of Britain have asked to be out, and that's how we will move forward, basically. No going back now. Try for the best deal that they can get. And so I thought it was probably the best speech I've seen for a while. Just very, she handled the press well, got her message across, and they said, well, listen, they was trying to give her you were Home Secretary at the time, and so she'd have just got to work the way the government goes in. So far, so good for her. I've got to say that. No hype, very calm. No, I don't think Boris is going to get in now, because he's upset too many people. No matter what, the knives will be in his back to make sure that he doesn't get in.
I would agree with you on that, Peter. He has basically looked after himself and though his cause won, I don't think he's a winner. Interesting times.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Tell us about your little accident this morning, Peter.
Well, you know, my teeth, look at how shiny my teeth are, and they've got a bit of a smell to them too.
Okay.
So we've got a job on this morning, and you know how you've got something for years and your partner tidies things away, and just the day you want it,
Yeah.
you want it. Well, I had two walkie-talkies because we're going up. Well, the guy's been up in the cherry picker to get rid of bees, and I'm looking. I says, "Where's the walkie-talkies?" And she says, "Oh, I put them to a boot sale a long ago," and I went ballistic. I was so mad, and I says, "Don't touch my stuff again." And I goes into the bathroom, grabs something, and brushes my teeth. It was aftershave.
Oh. Oh dear.
So I'm gonna have to have some of this stuff, coffee, to try and get rid of it.
Yeah.
I was just saying to someone, I'm glad it wasn't Veet.
Well, yes, it could have been.
Oh, but do you have hairy teeth anyway? You know.
It could have been a lot worse, Peter. No, you survived.
Yeah, I've got a story about that. I came from when I giving talks and things about that sort of stuff. But Veet comes into it, which is, but I won't do it on here. Right. So yeah. So that's basically. No, I don't know about you, but it's absolutely fascinated me. Okay, it's fascinated me that because I've been up at 5:30 this morning, up with the dogs. This state of the country has actually got me hooked to the television, watching everything that comes in, every pundit that comes in. Oh, I'm exhausted. Right, I'm just going to come off for a minute because there's a call come in. I'll let somebody get it.
Okay. Cheers, Peter. Yeah, and the change that I noticed on Facebook is that you can now watch the BBC and Channel 4 and on Facebook Live. Facebook Live seems to be coming into its own at the moment. You don't have to leave Facebook. I mean, I know that's Mr. Zuckerberg's idea that we don't spend a minute away from Facebook, but the information that's coming in is really changing. You don't have to go to the BBC website or the Channel 4 website. You can just watch it live on Facebook, and the quality is extraordinary. John?
Yeah, I've barely been on Facebook the last week.
Oh, okay. You've been in the real world.
Yeah, the real world of parent problems, doing work, visiting customers, trying to get some more work. So I actually haven't done much on Facebook the last week. So I'm not really seen much of what's been going on. I understand you can have two people on Facebook Live at the same time now, but I've not seen it anywhere.
Yes, if you have a page which is what's the word I'm looking for? Not approved, validated. Help! If you have a page which is recognised by Facebook, then you can have two up. And you start the broadcast, and then you invite one of your friends to join you, or one of your Facebook contacts to join you, and you two up on the screen. Speaking of that, and two up on the screen, Stephen says he's developing Facebook Messenger bots. I'd love to hear about that if you want to come on, Steve. And morning, Andrew. Yeah, Facebook Live is two up on the screen, and we've got to see how that works out. Now, of course, if they can get two up on the screen, then they have the technology to get four up on the screen. And we'll see how that goes. We're living interesting times, certainly video-wise. It's time somebody wrote a book about it, really, which is a good way to plug my upcoming book in conjunction with Theresa May, which is about business video chat and covers all aspects of, well, certainly John and my journey over the last 9 months. I watched episode 1 the other day, John. And I think
I bet that was a good laugh.
What it was, the technology was, we were not at ease as we are today, but it was good to get it off. And the interview we did Yeah, I'm going to come back to that later. I don't want to plug the book too much yet. Do you know, I'm actually going to have something to sell on the internet. That's a first, isn't it? Instead of selling to the real world. Right. Okay. If anybody wants to come on out and join us, then please do so. I'll turn the recording thingy off in another 5 minutes. Come on.
It was Gay Pride the other day, yeah, in London. Did anybody see a celebratory packet of Skittles for Gay Pride? I haven't seen one, only a photograph of one.
Okay.
But they ditched the rainbow and went monochrome for 2 weeks on the Skittles packets.
Okay, I never know.
They were only available in the London area, so I've been looking for one just to see how good it looks. But so that was Skittles' way of supporting the LBGT community, or LG, whatever it is. However,
LBGT, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Was they went monochrome for 2 weeks, so that and then on the back it said the only rainbow that should be supported was the Gay Pride rainbow.
Okay. Good piece of marketing.
Different, you know.
And acknowledgement. Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got the top half of Peter back.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got all of Peter back.
Well, not good news. You'd think after all this years in business, I give fly killers to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And about 2 weeks after the went bust, they're shutting down, and they ain't paid me. So
shit. Sorry,
these again. I usually take money up front with everything now. I've just got new Visa card things that I'm getting sorted out as well. We pay over the internet, but never again. Everybody's paying for that sort of stuff up front, no matter who they are. And capital equipment, you know.
Yeah.
Cheesed off, but there you go. A learning curve again. Now, I don't know about you guys, but money, getting money is getting harder. I've noticed that. I've got a few bits of money lying out just now. Yeah. Anyway, what we're talking about.
Anything you like, Peter?
So your book, I've been asked to write my book.
Yep.
Where to start, don't know how to do it. Not motivated to do it. Well, not procrastinating it. I just can't do it. Did you really look up?
Jon and I have a friend called Jackie Malpass.
Right.
Do we not?
In that case, yeah, I mean, yeah, Frank.
No. She's a wonderful lady, as Kelvin will attest.
Right.
And she lives in Spain, and her goal in life is to help you write the book that lives within you.
Wow.
A non-fiction book.
Right.
And if you check out her website,
send me a link. It should cost a lot of money.
And she actually has a course on Udemy, which will lead you step by step through creating your book. And she deals with procrastination and all the problems that arise, and gets you to the situation where you've planned your book, or you plan to write your book in a weekend, and then having created the plan, you just then follow that plan to get your book out.
I think what I need really, in all honesty, is a ghostwriter, because I've got somebody working on my LinkedIn at the moment. And I said, so I do it like I says, look, here's my life. Here's what I do.
Yeah.
Write about me. Because I just can't put it into words. I find it very difficult. You know, I'd rather tell somebody my story and then they say, right, this is what we're writing, sort of thing. You know, give them over Skype or something like that.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. Thanks for the link, Kevin. If anybody's interested. Sorry, Peter.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I've got that link. I'll save it.
Save the right one though, because Kev got it wrong the first time.
Oh, I've got a face looking at me.
Keyboard creativity. Yeah. I can't type either.
No, thanks for coming back and putting it right, Kevin. Jackie will help you, or anybody who's wanting to write a non-fiction book. Then check out Jackie's site. Check out the sample courses so you know it's for you. Yeah. And take her guidance. In fact, she does run workshops. She runs workshops in the UK and in Spain. So you could go on a writing retreat in Spain. And Kevin's giving a 5-star thumbs up to her Udemy course. So
I've got someone else's Udemy course, but guess what?
Yeah.
I ain't watched it.
That's as bad as having books on your Kindle you've never read.
Yeah, I've got loads of books. I'm just running out of time. If I only had time. Johnny Mathis, only time. Know that one?
We do now, Peter. Yes. With the rendition.
That's my problem, you know.
Right. Well, I think that's probably a good time to close the recording with Peter's rendition. So thank you, Peter. And John, it's been another good show. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We're just going to come off the recording and then we can talk.
So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him, and it's goodbye from Peter. And it's been the three of us this week. And we look forward to seeing you again next week at 10 o'clock. And we'll be here on